Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Shanidra, with Beyond the Cover. Yes, today's topic is when they can't categorize you, they criticize you. Stop doing dirt and put in the word. Stop doing dirt against people that you can't put in a category. So you criticize and you putting dirt on their name. Stop doing dirt and you put in the work. Simple. So I'm going to need you guys to get your mug, sweetheart. Get your COVID-proof mug. Yes. And I need you guys to get your journals. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Get your journals. COVID-proof and journal. You're going to need it because you need to take some notes. Yes. So, before we get started, we must do our videos. I have on one of our Amore Too Classy Boutique dresses, so we will get into this outfit of the day after you see our media catalog. So let's get into that video first.
Me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Yes. So let me show you the one that we have on our mannequin. Now you've seen it on me, but now that we have our new mannequins, I want you guys to see it on the mannequin. Yes, this is our beautiful dress, black dress. So gorgeous, so beautiful. Yes, and this is the back. So y'all can't look at all that, it's on me. So we have that dress on our website at cportraitsmagazine.com. And this is our blue dress, which is my favorite color. So I have on that dress today. Now, with these earrings, these long earrings that I have on. I only wore gold because I would try to put on silver and it just didn't go with the hair. So I had to wear gold with this. Now, before we get into it, again, the topic with your girl Shanidra is when they can't categorize you, they criticize you. And the message for the people that's criticizing you is stop doing the dirt and just put in the word. Simple. It's about to get deep. When I say it's going to be deep, it's about to be deep. Now, but before we get into that, my Amore Kids virtual classes start tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, October the 27th is when it starts. So you definitely want to get your children signed up as soon as possible on the website at cportraitsmagazine.com. I am about to play that video for you guys, and then we're going to get right into it. So let's get it. Yes, yes, yes. So those classes start tomorrow, October the 27th. You want to sign your children up today if possible. Today I will just, allow um, last minute signups. So get your kids involved. They will learn self discipline, self image, faith. Um, with the self image, it'll be teaching them about bullying because I do have a bullying book that I have on Amazon, um, along with the More Kids modeling classes. If you want to just purchase the book and, teach them from the book, you can do that as well, because the book is also on Amazon.com as well. So now, and you can also purchase the bullying book on Amazon. Everything is under my name, Shanidra Matthews. I am the publisher and the writer of both of them. So that is that. Now, as you guys know, if you are friends with me on Facebook, over the weekend Sunday, I went for a TV interview in Nashville. And it was so awesome. I'm so excited. I cannot wait till it airs. God he's just opening doors. But part of the interview just, stuck with me. And they were like, "So you're a photographer?" I was like, "Yes." And they were like, "What type of photography do you do?" Because there's different types of photographers. Are you a wedding photographer, the family portrait photographer, event photographer? What photography do you do? I do all of them. Oh, so how would you, um, what did they say? Basically, categorize that. You can't. Just call me a photographer. I do photography. I do not limit myself on what type of photography I do. So, um, but this has nothing to do with um, the interview, because the interview person and everything, I love the way they were so professional, so humble, so great. So this has nothing to do with the interview. Everything again is deeper. We go beyond the cover. And this isn't just from the interview, this is the question I get a lot. And when people can't categorize you, and it's not, again, nothing to do with the interview. The interview was great, so I'm just going to exclude the interview. But others besides the interview, because the interview had nothing to do with it, you know have asked me, friends and people I don't know, so what are you doing? Are you doing photography? Are you doing magazines? Are you doing a show? Because I see you doing a lot of things. I mean, what is it that you do? And I'm like, all of it. All of it. Not some of it, not a little bit of it, but all of it. Whatever God tells me to do. I can't limit God or put God in a box and be like, God, I'm just going to do photography like you told me. No. If He wants me to do a show, if He wants me to do a class, if He wants me to start a clothing line, if He wants me to do fashion, that's what I must do. Period. All of it, magazine and all. Yes, I do it all. All of that really ties into my photography. It ties into photography and videography. Because when I do my magazine, I have to take the pictures, I have to video the interview. So all of that ties into photography. It just brings more photography to me. Um, the show ties into the videography of photography. So that's still part of photography. And, the fashion part is all part of photography because now I'm able to not only take people's pictures, but, if they would like to purchase one of my garments to take their pictures, they will have that as well. Um, and the accessories to go with it. So again, all of this ties into photography. We're just going beyond the cover. Also, my classes is helping others find their gifts the way I did, which my gift is photography, and others. My ministry is different from my gift. So we just have to stay in alignment with what God says, the way He say it, and how He says it. Period. Because when people can't categorize you, they can't put you in a category. They start to criticize you. Oh, I don't know what she doing too much. And nah, 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 nah. I'm doing exactly what God told me to do, sweetheart. I'm sorry you cannot put me in a category. I'm sorry about that. Really, I'm not. Because I am supposed to do what God told me to do the way He told me to do it. So God is like, stop doing dirt. Stop criticizing all my people. And you put in the work. Quit being Cain. You don't want to put in the work. You don't want to do what I say the way I told you to do it. You want to do it your way. You want to put your little twist to it and wonder why things are not working out the way you planned it. Because you're not doing it Yahweh. So you basically need to hit the highway. Because Yahweh is not playing. He said, why are you up here calling me Lord, Lord, and you don't do what I say? We're going to get criticized. Jeremiah, Joseph, Jesus, Yahweh, all got criticized. Now, as you know, I have been in the book of Jeremiah. Now, I am at we ended on the 38th chapter, but I'm going to take y'all back to the 37th chapter so you can understand, how this plays out in today's world and how they, Jeremiah, see, when you don't tell people what they want to hear or tickle their ear, then they get all upset and mad and try to throw dirt on you and, all types of stuff. Because they can't put you in this category, the category that they wanted to put you in. They want you to prophesy to them. Because if you tell them anything, like they're going to be hurt or anything, they're like, oh, no. She's not a woman of God. Why would she tell me that God is basically going to whip my butt? Because He is. I'm not here to lie to you. Yes. Yes. God disciplines His own. Period. Just like you discipline yours. Period. If you are His, you get in discipline for them actions. And all the dirt that you try to do, you get in the business. Look forward to it. It's going to happen. Yes. Yes, sir, and yes, ma'am. So don't be in denial. Don't deceive yourself and thinking that, oh, God, He loves me and He wouldn't do that. That's just the enemy mess. No. That's why you calling on God help. He is helping you. He's just not helping you in the way that you expected Him to help you, sweetheart. Because you're too busy doing all this dirt. And God said, stop doing the dirt and put in the work. You having all this faith without works. You putting in more dirt than you putting in work. And it's unacceptable. God said he ain't going for it. He's not going for it, period. Period, sweetheart. Period. You will learn today what you're not going to do. Period. They want to criticize you when you tell them the truth. Jesus said, well, we're getting to the word because I can give you plenty of examples in the word. Jesus said, why you don't understand me when I tell you the truth? Why you don't understand me? You want me to prophesy to you? Oh, girl, it's about to be great for you. No, heck no. You are blessed right now, and you are blessed with the test, sweetheart, to see if he can take you to the next level. Now, I was getting excited about Jeremiah because I'm like, oh, I see why God, put me in the book of Jeremiah because, I know I have my Jeremiah moments, I be complaining because I'm like, I'm doing what you know me, Lord. You test me. You see me. So, you going to let my pleasant vineyard become parched and desolate? No. I'm like, Lord, look at this. I'm still down here. If you didn't know, I'm just letting you know. So, but as I was, feeling Jeremiah, because, sometimes I have my Jeremiah moments. But when I read God's response to Jeremiah's complaint, God was like, if you complaining of this little bit of stuff, what you gonna do when you ain't gonna be able to survive where I'm about to take you? You whining and crying over this? He's like, oh no, I can't even take you to the next level that I'm trying to take you because you sitting here whining and you don't want to put in the work. Dang. Quit complaining. He said do everything without grumbling and complaining. Shut it up. Just like we tell our kids, shut it up. Do it. But nothing. You do what I say the way I tell you to do it. Period. This is my house. That's what God said. You're gonna do it the way I tell you to do it, period. Or you're gonna face these consequences for them actions. Period. God disciplines his based off of your deeds, your own deeds, nobody else. So you go up there trying to tell on anybody else, just like I tell my kids. You go over there trying to tell on your sister, you go over to me trying to tell on your brother. It's not helping you out at all, sweetheart. Because I'm asking you, why are you not doing what I told you to do? Because I was trying to tell you. You was too busy worried about the crumb in her eyes instead of focusing on the big old plank in your own eyes. Dang. Stop trying to categorize people. Then criticizing them because you can't categorize them. They are God's people. We are gifted with many things. And when we are directed by God, he shows us the many gifts and things that we can do. But you mad because you can't categorize us. Get over it. It's not going to happen. We're not meant to be put in a category. Period. I've always been like that, even before I knew my calling. You're not going to be able to put me. I'm not like no other woman, period, that you have ever met in your life. I am Shanitra, the one and only, one in a million. There will never be another me. So that's what it is, period. And that goes for everybody, but it's not happening. You're not going to categorize me or put me in a category with any other. Period. This is what you're not going to do. So we can put this in relationships, and we can put this in the worldly thing, in what the world does. I can teach you on every level that you want, wherever you are at, and whatever you can capture or get from this. Yes. So for the ladies or for the men, they can't categorize you. Don't put me in that category. That's not where I'm at. You don't group me with that. Number one, I'm a woman of God. That's what you're not gonna do. So when they can't categorize you, what do most people do? For men and women, what do women do to the men? They criticize the men. What do men do to the women? They criticize you. Same thing with the fake friend. Oh, what you got going on now? Because, I mean, I thought you was just doing photography. I thought you was just a photographer. I am a photographer. Well, what is this you got going on now? I see you doing videos and all this. Yeah, I do that too. And you got a magazine and you doing classes and books and all. Yeah. And what you got? Clothes? Yes. All of it. So you're not a photographer? I'm still a photographer. I'm sorry you can't categorize me as just a photographer. You don't know how to. You can't put me in a category. I'm sorry. You can't. You cannot. So we're about to get into the word, sweetheart. I gave you examples as to, even with us as black people, they can't categorize us. They can't put us in a category. They try to. But since they can't, they start criticizing. They try to find every fault in our basketball players and our everything. They start criticizing. Instead of them putting in the work, they want to do dirt. God says, stop doing the dirt and put in the work. Same thing that Cain had to do was put in the work. Give your best. That's all we all doing. None of us is perfect. Nobody. God said, if any man say that they have never sinned, the truth does not lie in them. Period. Period. But people don't want to hear the truth. That's why they were so mad at, they started criticizing Jesus, Yahweh. They criticized Yahweh because he told them the truth. Now they're doing it to Jeremiah. Then the same thing with Joseph. His brothers, he told his brothers the truth, and what happened? He told his brothers back when he was a child, look, I just had a dream, everybody gonna bow down to me. Period. What happened? Everybody had to bow down to him. Period. He went to jail because he got criticized, he got lied on, all of that. Joseph had to go through the most. The most. But God. But God. Look at that. God. You cannot put God's people in a category. Stop criticizing God's people because they're not doing it the way the world pastor told them that you're supposed to do it. God is about to lay hands on these false prophets, on these people that he did not appoint. Period. That's what it said in read Jeremiah for yourself. Before you start criticizing and saying, oh, Shanitra just saying stuff and I'm not against any pastor or nothing. I'm just saying, that's why I read the word by word, what the Lord declares. And he said, yes, says the Lord Almighty. Yes, I said it. That's what he's letting you know. I said this. Quit criticizing people for when I tell them to tell you what's going to happen, what's about to go down. Stop doing dirt and put in the work. Period. Well, they ain't doing it like such and such, and she's supposed to be talking like this, and she just talk normal, and she don't be saying preaching really, because I'm not a preacher, sweetheart. I'm a teacher. Get it right. Quit trying to put me in a category, sweetheart. I'm a teacher. I'm trying to teach you something so you can learn. Hey, it's simple. I'm delivering it the way Shanitra delivers it. I'm myself. I'm not nobody else. And God did not create me to be anything other than what I am. The problem is we're trying to copy and do what everybody else is doing the way they do it. That's not what God told you to do. If you are truly following what God said and the way God said it and the way you're going to do it, then you'll be great. Don't let nobody tell you anything other than if God told you to do something, you don't let nobody tell you anything other than. Because I've even had a man of God, I would say that. I'm not going to say what it was, if it was a pastor or not. I'm just going to say a man of God. try to tell me about my delivery. And that, no. I'm doing it the way God told me to do it, which is the only way I know how to, my way, the Yahweh. Yahweh or the how I have to do it his way. And I cannot sit here and try to, oh yes, and we're gonna and that's not me. I do not talk like that. I can't keep my hands like this. I have to talk with my hands. I have to let you guys know what it is. And I'm doing it in love. But you're gonna know. You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today. Stop putting me in this category. Stop putting all God's people in in your category. Period. You don't know what God is doing in their life. You don't know what God told them to do. But you getting big mad because they ain't telling you what you want to hear about you. You over here doing dirt and not putting in the work that God told you to put in. It's easy to sin. Very easy. But when you out here claiming God and saying that you are a woman or man of God, you have to put in the work. Period. And this ain't easy. Period. Because it ain't like you're not going to have temptation or nothing. It's going to be right in soon as you pray. Lord, help me, fight this temptation. And he's going to put that temptation right there. That's helping you, though. See, it ain't the way you thought. You like, what is this? Why in the world would this just appear? I'm trying to be good. And then this is in my face. But he's helping me. It's not the way that we think, because our thoughts are not his thoughts. So it's not the way we think he's going to help us. Like, oh, yeah, he's going to keep everybody away from me. That is, whatever. No. He's like, okay, you want help? I'm going to put it right in your face. Everything. All of it. All of it, sweetheart. I'm going to put it all in your face. And see. That's I'm helping you because I'm watching you. I'm going to see what you're going to do as my daughter. And since I know that my father is watching me, I'm not doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because no, ma'am, no, honey, I know what my father. And I know he loves me. That's why he whoops. Yes, he lays them hands. And what you don't want is them hands. You don't want to provoke his wrath. And when you are his, just like only my children really can really upset me, where it hurts me, because it's like, dang, no, you cannot go on this path. No, you are mine. This hurts. I don't want my child to do this. No, don't do this. And then you tick him out because you keep doing it. He done told you not to do it. Then you won't keep doing it. Now, you can keep playing with them if you want to. Like I said, I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I know God is going to protect me like he protected all of them. They want to and they want to try to. Because even Jeremiah, you're like, Lord, I know you hear them saying that they want to kill me. I'm telling you, this is in the word. But I'm paraphrasing what he's saying. Because I don't have it right in front of me. But he said, it was like, I know you heard them say that they want to kill me. Like, I know you're not about to let them kill me. Now, I'm doing exactly what you said the way you said it. Well, God is like, honey, I'm not worried about that. Do what I said. I got you. God for you, who can be against you? But sometimes it'd be like, what is this? We looking at it like, this don't look right. Like, I've never in my life. I'm not understanding this, Lord. Can you please help me to understand me doing your will, your way, and I'm seemingly, getting in more trouble than they are. But I always think of it this way. You get your punishment here on earth because that's like your ticket into heaven. So you're like guaranteed Basically, if you continue to do God's will his way, period. So I rather, you know, deal with this because this ain't nothing compared to hell. It may seem like hell, it may look like hell, but it ain't hell for eternity. So whether you believe in heaven and hell or not, that's between you and God. But it is real. And what you don't want is to get up there. And then, because like God said in Jeremiah, what are you going to do in the end? What you going to do when I call you up here? And you ain't done nothing I told you to do. You did everything that the world told you to do. But you ain't done nothing I told you to do. Nothing. And you going to come up here, Lord, didn't I prophesy? No, you prophesied. You prophesied and led my people astray, having them give you money and you stealing from my people and not helping my people. Oh, God gonna give it to you like it is. That's like our kids coming to us. Oh, mama, look, no, you didn't. You did not clean up that room. No, look. No, you made it look like you was preaching and teaching, but you wasn't. You was lying. And God said, I see that stuff that you done hid up under your bed. Sweetheart. I saw it. I see all of that. This room ain't clean. You are not clean. And then you gonna come before me calling me Lord, Lord, and you ain't do what I say. Depart from me, worker of iniquity, worker of sin. Who in their right mind wants to hear that from the Almighty whom created you? We tell our kids, I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. Honey, he can really take you out, period. 2 seconds, all of us, all at once, all of them. All of them. And that's what Jeremiah had to tell them. But they didn't want to hear it. They want to criticize and imprison Jeremiah because Jeremiah telling them the truth. The same thing they did with Jesus. So just know, in this walk, this is part of the territory, sweetheart. Now, God said, I'm trying to prepare you for it. You know, if you can't deal with this little bit, this ain't nothing. This ain't what we're going through, ain't nothing to God. But it seemed big to us because we're like, what the heck? Like, I can't take no more. I don't need nothing now. Now, I know you said you would not give me more than I can bear, but this seeming a little bit more. Yeah. So, in reality, it does seem like. So I'm not saying like, oh, it's not going to seem like it's too much. Oh, it's too much sometimes. It really feels like it. And you be like, what in the world? That's why I say I have my Jeremiah moments. Like, Lord, you know me. You test me. Like, what? We have a relationship. I say your will, your way. I don't even get on the videos. I pray every time before I get, Lord, let your words come out of my mouth, not my words. Period. And go into more detail. I'm not telling y'all that. But that's the number one thing I always say in it before I get on every video. I don't even want my words coming out. Period. That's why I write notes and do the study, but I've learned to just that gives me a gist of what he's wanting me to say, but at the end of the day, he dictates the whole thing when I'm talking anyways. I think I'm about to end it and he still has me to say more. He's like, oh no. They need to hear more. They need to learn. They're going to learn today. Whether they want to or not. They're going to listen today. He said, your problem is you don't listen. Dang, I done told you over and over again and you still not listening. You still think you can live the way you want to live and you mine? What? And you putting my name out here saying it's okay for you to do this? And leading my people astray? No. He said it's not going down that way. I got you. He said, am I that close to you where you think that, you can hide from me? This is read Jeremiah. See, it's just pouring out of me now. Because I read 2 chapters a night. 2 of them. And it's going down. So, and it just breaks it down. Like, it's simple. When you have that connection with God and he breaks it down to you. And, it kind of speaks my language. I kind of understand my father now. By now I do, a little bit. I ain't saying I know his ways or nothing. Because even when I was telling y'all about, when people ask me, so how did you God? No, I'm asking God how half this stuff be happening. He just drop a blessing just out of nowhere. You go through you be in the midst of the storm, like the storm is just raging. And you're like, oh shoot, and then here come a blessing drop in the middle of the storm, just drop, and then you're like, oh, okay, and then you're like, well, I'm still in this storm right now, and I gotta, and then when you get out, it's like, oh well, I received a blessing. When people are like, wow, you got that much, and this happened, and blah, blah, blah. Wow, how did that? I don't really know. I was in a storm at that moment. It just happened. I didn't know when, where, how, nothing. All I know is that I kept trying to be obedient. I kept trying to pray. I pray more when storms come in my life, because that's what God told me I need to do. Because I told him, Lord, I can't tell them how I get blessed. I mean, I don't know what you do, how you do it, when you do it, none of it. And I'm not going to act like it, prophesy to them, because that's not what you would have me to do. And he's like, that's common sense, sweetheart. What I'm telling you, daughter, is to tell them what you do to, move me to bless you. Give them the examples of how you get up at nighttime. Give them examples of when it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I tell you to do a video, or I tell you to work on your magazine or whatever, when you are dead asleep. I mean, I'm knocked out and get woke up. But it's a blessing to be up. So I'm like, well, dang, the earlier the better. You won't wake me up now, at least I'm waking up. That's a blessing. So what do you want me to do? Because I'm a little bit tired. I thought I was going to get a little bit more sleep. And he's like, go do a video, or, go ahead and clean up, or go ahead and this, and go ahead. I mean, and I could be like, yeah, I heard God. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it later. No, obedience is doing it when he told you to do it. Because that's what we expect from our kids. When we tell you to clean up that room, I mean now. No, I'm going to no, you're going to now. Right now. I need that room clean right now. Hurry it up. Snap, snap. And that's how God is. Now. Because I've tried it. I'm not going to lie and act like I've been perfect and I just pop up and just go. Oh, I pop up and go now because I already know I've already dealt with the consequences of me. I've been tapped on. You know how your mama surprised you and when you're in the shower and you think you're going to take a long shower and she just come in and start tapping that little butt? Oh, that's the same thing that God does, honey. Oh, you think you're going to roll back over and go to sleep? I'm like, just give me 10 more minutes. I've tried to just take 10 more minutes. Yeah. Thinking that that's nothing, Hold on, just let me sleep a little bit longer, 10 more minutes. Honey, no. When God say do something, you better do it right then and there. Period. In the way he told you to do it, how he told you to do it, and when he told you to do it. Period. You don't wait. If he tell you to sow a seed right now, you better do it now. Because I'll be like, oh, well, I'll wait until later on. I'm going to check my account and all that stuff. Because I'm supposed to get this. And then this didn't come until after I sowed the seed. I'm like, dang, why this haven't came in here? He was like, oh, so that's what faith is? You have to see it? Or is faith beyond sight, what you see? Believing in me beyond what's in front of you. I'm telling you, we have to start going beyond the cover. We have to stop just looking at the what's in front of us and go beyond. Now, I think I'm about to go to the Word. So we're about to go into the Word. Unless he asks me to say anything else. And we're in Jeremiah, the 37th chapter. And I think I'm going to start at verse 9. And it says, because this is Jeremiah, and Jeremiah telling them, look at here. This is what the Lord says. Do not deceive yourselves, thinking the Babylonians will surely leave us. Like, they're your enemies. Don't deceive yourself thinking that they're going to surely leave. They're not going to leave like that. Honey, I will tell you, one time, the only time somebody was able to sneak one on me was, because I thought it was over, because I slapped this person hard, like, but I told him to stop 50 million times. 50 over and over. I told you to stop, and you didn't want to stop. I'm sitting here swinging my legs, and they want to keep popping my leg. I'm like, stop, popping my foot back. Every time I swing it up, they pop it back. And I'm like, stop. Will you please stop? Stop. Stop. So then they pop it again. Ha, ha, ha. The next thing I know, I just slapped. And then I was like, oh, I'm sorry, And then the teacher came in. So I was like, oh, sorry. Don't tell on me. Don't tell on me, So I thought that, they left it alone. No, they did. So I told y'all that true story because they came back and tried it. They had a gang up on me. And as soon as I walk out the class, they pull my arms back, so I'm kicking. I still have legs, honey. So ain't nobody going to. But, I thought it was over with. I literally thought it was over with because the whole day went by. But she heard me ask the teacher if I could get help with, I think, like 5 questions or whatever that I was not, that I did not understand or whatever. So she heard that. So I guess she planned when I got out, to do that. And, so, all Jeremiah is saying is basically don't think they left. Don't think they left you alone. Don't deceive yourself. Because I deceived myself thinking, okay, the whole day done went by, I'm going to tutoring now and I still ain't, saw this person, so I'm fine, No. Honey, don't deceive yourself. That's all Jeremiah trying to tell you. You done slapped the mess. My handprint's still on their face to this day. I know for a fact I've saw it. I've seen it. And I've been out of high school for like almost 20 years. Or 15 to 20 years. I don't know. Lost count. But I've been out of high school for a long time. And that happened, I think, in middle school. So I know it's been 20 plus years since I've been in middle school. So, and my handprint was still on there. So you know that they're not, your enemy is just not going to leave you alone. So that's all Jeremiah trying to tell him. Don't deceive yourself thinking that they're just going to leave us. Don't deceive yourself. What is this? Don't deceive yourself. Now, like I said, I told y'all stuff that I did in the past. I have not slapped anyone thus far. Now, he said, don't deceive yourselves thinking the Babylonians will surely leave us. Don't even put that in your mind. Just stay on guard. Keep your guard up. Because he said they will not. Even if you were to defeat the entire Babylonian army that is attacking you, even when you defeat them, and only wounded men were left in their tents, they will come out and burn this city down. They're gonna come out and burn this city down. Even if you go back and defeat them, the entire army, they're gonna come back and they're gonna come out and burn this whole city down. That's what it says. Read Jeremiah. We on Jeremiah, the 37th chapter, verse 10. He said, even if you were to defeat the entire Babylonian army that is attacking you, and only wounded men were left in their tents, they will come out and burn this city down. They're going to burn it all down. So don't deceive yourself. I'm telling you what it is and what it's gonna be, whether you want to hear it or not. That's what's about to happen. So that's all Jeremiah is saying. 11, verse 11 of Jeremiah, the 37th chapter. He said, after the Babylonian army had withdrawn from Jerusalem, okay, it says, after the Babylonian army had withdrawn from Jerusalem because of Pharaoh's army, Jeremiah started to leave the city to go to the territory of Benjamin to get his share of the property among the people there. Because remember, he was supposed to get, well, if you read it, start reading Jeremiah before this chapter, but he was supposed to get some property that God told him to get, whatever. So, so he said he left to go to the territory of Benjamin to get his share of the property among the people there. 13. But when he reached the Benjamin gate, the captain of the guard, whose name is Arijah, son of Shelemiah, the son of Hananiah, arrested him and said, You are deserting to the Babylonians. What? Because I told you what was going to go down. How am I deserting to the Babylonians? Don't make any sense. This is what that's what they said to Jeremiah. They arrested him and said, You are deserting to the Babylonians. And Jeremiah said, that's in verse 14. He said, That's not true, Jeremiah said. I am not deserting the Babylonians. Like, what are you talking about? I am not deserting the Babylonians. What? I just told you what it is and what it's going to be. You just didn't like what I said. You want to categorize me and put me in with the other prophets, the false prophets. I'm not that. I'm a real prophet. That's what he said, basically. I'm paraphrasing, but you heard what he said. Now they're trying to criticize him, talking about he trying to arrest him and said that he's deserting to the Babylonians. How? He like, that's not true. You lying. Now they're trying to throw dirt. They're doing dirt. They trying to arrest him and all this stuff, and he ain't done nothing. Nothing. But told the truth. Now, he said that's a lie, basically. I'm not deserting the Babylonians. But Arijah would not listen to him. They don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to the truth. So they rather do dirt than put in the work. You don't even want to listen. You don't want to hear what's about to go down. It's going to go down whether you want to hear it or not. It's going down. It is about to go down, sweetheart. So you might as well listen. But, you can be like Arijah, who would not listen to him. Instead of Arijah listening, he arrested Jeremiah. So he did dirt instead of putting in the work. Instead of you just taking heed, listening, so you can get prepared for what's to come. No, you want to do dirt. God said stop doing dirt and put in the work. Dang, you done criticized Jeremiah. Now you doing dirt. Now you arresting him. For what? Because you still going to get it. Now you ain't even got Jeremiah to tell you what's about to go down when it's going to go down. It's idiotic. Now, he said, but Arijah would not listen. Instead, he arrested Jeremiah. So he did the dirt and brought him to the officials. Verse 15 of Jeremiah, the 37th chapter, it says they were angry with Jeremiah and had him beaten. So now they're doing more dirt. First you criticized and said that he was deserting to the Babylonians. So you criticized him because you couldn't categorize him, put him in a category. So now you're doing more dirt. God said stop doing dirt and put in the work. Now you're doing more dirt. Now you're beating on them. It says they were angry with Jeremiah and had him beaten and imprisoned. And now you put them in prison after you done beat on them and everything. That ain't going to help you with nothing. You done made your situation worse. Now you beating on one of God's children? Are you serious? Are you crazy? That is insane. You going to mess with one of his? Oh, it's really about to go down now. So, anyways, they beaten and imprisoned uh, in the house of Jonathan, the secretary, which they had made into a prison. Verse 16, Jeremiah was put into a vaulted cell in a dungeon. So they're going to throw him in the dungeon because he told them the truth, what God said. Now, this looked crazy. You know, that's why I said we're going to be in dungeon type of situations and we're going to be looking like, what the heck now, Lord? Yeah, I did what you said the way you said it. And then I'm in a dungeon? What is this? But like God replied to Jeremiah when he was complaining about his vineyard being desolate and parched. He told him, I mean, what you if you can't walk with this in this, what you gonna do? Because it's gonna get way worse. The higher up I take you, it's gonna get worse than this. You ain't gonna be able to take it. If you can't take this, you ain't gonna be able to take nothing. So Jeremiah noticed he hasn't complained yet. So he in a dungeon where he remained a long time. So he in there for a long time. Then King Zedekiah, verse 17. Then Zedekiah sent for him and had him brought to the palace, where he asked him privately, "Is there any word from the Lord?" Oh, now you want to use me? What? Where they do that at? So Jeremiah set them straight. He was like, "Is there any word from the?" No, remember, you don't want to hear nothing. You don't imprison me and all this. You don't want to hear what I say. But now you saying, "Is there any word from the Lord?" After you done put me and beat me and all this stuff. But anyway, they secretly, privately asked him, "Is there any word from the Lord?" "Yes," Jeremiah replied. You're like, "Yes, there is a word. Y'all about to get y'all butts whooped, period. I'm not about to sugarcoat it now. I already done been in prison, so what?" "Yes," Jeremiah said, "yes. You will be delivered into the hands of the king of Babylon. Period. Yes, that's the word. The same thing I've been telling y'all. Yes, y'all gonna be delivered into the hands of the Babylonians. Now, into the hands of the king of Babylon. Thank you, Lord." Verse 18, it says, "Then Jeremiah said to King Zedekiah, what crime have I committed against you or your attendants?" Oh, okay, this is what Jeremiah said. Okay. So Jeremiah, he's like, what crime have I committed against you or your attendants or this people? Like, what crime? What have I done? Why are you criticizing me? Why are you putting dirt on me? Why? He said, what crime have I committed against you or your attendants or this people that you have put me in prison? Why you put me in prison? What crime have I done to deserve this? What? That's what you're exactly. Read it for yourself. That's exactly the words. 19, verse 19 now. It says, where are your prophets who prophesied to you? Where are your prophets at? Why are you calling on me? You got me in prison. You done locked me up, all this and that. Where are your prophets at that prophesy to you? You don't want to hear the lie when you know it's really about to go down. Now, he said, where are your prophets? Who prophesied to you? The king of Babylon. Well, he said the king of that prophesied to you, the king of Babylon will not attack you or this land. Where they at? Where the prophets that told you that the king of Babylon is not going to attack you? Where they at? Why are you not listening to them? You don't want to listen to me when I say it's going to go down. He said, but now, my Lord, the king, please listen. He like, now, since you got me out here and you want to listen, because first you didn't want to listen to me, but now that you want to listen, he said, please listen. Let me bring my petition before you. Let me let you know what it's going to go down before I tell you anything. Let me tell you what you're going to do. Because I'm going to ask you, or you're going to put me back in prison after I tell you. Because you're not about to use me. That's what Jeremiah is basically letting them know. What you're not going to do. And I ain't done nothing to you guys. Y'all want to criticize me, put dirt on me, do all this dirty stuff. Instead of doing what you're supposed to do. Put in the work. Now, he said, but now, my Lord, the king, Please listen. Let me bring my petition before you. Do not send me back to the house of Jonathan, the secretary, or I will die there. Do not. That's what you're not going to do. I'm petitioning the throne, letting you know. Do not send me back to the house of Jonathan, which is the prison, the secretary, or I will die there. 21. King Zedekiah then gave orders for Jeremiah to be placed in the courtyard of the guard and given a loaf of bread from the street of the bakers each day until all the bread in the city was gone. So Jeremiah remained in the courtyard of the guard. So, instead of trying to categorize and then criticizing people of God for not telling you what you want to hear, and then doing dirt, trying to imprison them, beat them, and all this extra stuff. Knowing that they telling you the truth, but you don't want to hear it, you don't want to listen. Because you know you're wrong. God said put in the work. Period. Stop doing dirt and put in the work. He's tired of all this dirt being done. He said put in the work. The problem with his people is that they don't want to put in the work. You want to look the part. You want to look like. Be like. He didn't say he didn't say just be hearers of his word. He said be doers also. Don't just listen to my word and repeat it. Do it. Because he said, why do you not do why do you call me Lord, Lord, and do not do? He didn't say and not hear what I said. He said and not do what I said. Why are you calling me Lord, Lord? And you didn't do what I said. What is this? Think you can hide from me? God said you can't hide. You better learn from Jonah. I done gave you examples of what I'm gonna do. You just don't want to see it. You are in denial. You're deceiving. That's why Jeremiah was trying to tell him, don't deceive yourself. You deceiving yourself, thinking that this ain't gonna go down. It's gonna go down. Whether you imprison me, beat me, whatever, it's going to go down. Period. And half the people know, but they don't want to hear it. But then they still slick want to keep calling you. Hey, you hear anything else from the Lord? No, you don't want to hear it. Well, I just wanted to know because you said the other day, but you didn't want to hear me the other day. You said that that's not happening and all that. Why are you trying to listen to me now? Now, when I tell you this time, are you going to sit here and lie on my name and say that I'm this and that I'm not really real and all this stuff? Is that what you're going to say? Because when I tell you this time, I don't want to hear nothing. Period. Now, you get mad because you don't want to hear the truth. Well, if anybody care about you, they would tell you the truth. I don't want to hear the truth. Nobody in their right mind wants to just really hear the truth about themselves. But it's good to hear the truth about yourself. Because whether you face it or not, you already know what it is. You know what you need to change. You really don't need anybody to tell you. I'd rather change than before anybody has to tell me to change. You want to be in denial. You want to, no, because I am a good person. Okay, well, be the good person that you say that you are. No, because people lying on me. No, ain't nobody lying on your name. Dang. No, because, who you trying to prove it to? Because I'm not trying to prove it to none of y'all I know what I am in God. And I know what God sees in me. And I'm not faking this stuff. I'll go through tests. I have been in temptation. Temptation has been right in front of me, honey. And people are like, no, you don't understand. Dude, am I not human? I'm still a woman. I am still a full woman that have full womanly things. All of it. I have all of it. And they all work and operate the way they're supposed to operate. So it's just the fact of having self-control and putting in the work. I can lie to y'all, but I'm not. And I know it's hard. Honey, trust in me, honey. It's being, I mean, it's not just about being attractive or anything, but when you have people always, you have fun and all walks of life attracted to you. And then, one of the attractive walks of life is in front of you. You must have self control. Well, how did have that feeling? Well, you're going to get that. That's a natural feeling. But you have to have self control. I just learned you cannot act on it until you married. Period. Oh, it does not go away. But that's the test. That's the test. And I understand it's easier said than done, but I'm doing it. I have been put to the test, sweetheart. I mean, the test. But we have to stand our guns. And no matter if your flesh wants it, you need to focus on what's good for your spirit and the consequences of your actions. What's going to happen afterwards? And if you are a woman or a man of God, oh, you got to get it. And see, I've gotten it. I've gotten a taste of it. And I don't want it no more. It's like, when you get that good old whooping, and you like, oh, I ain't doing that no more. That was crazy. I didn't know when my mama was going to stop whooping me. Honey, it's way worse. It's God. And that's not what you want. I'm here to tell you as a living witness. That's not what you want, honey. So it's easier when you know what could happen, when you really don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to get whooped by the belt because you're older now, or if they're going to lay hand. That's what it is with God. That's what I'm basically telling you. You don't know how you have provoked his wrath at this point because you're too old. You're too grown. You know better. So now he know that you know better, and you've been in his party, and you out here saying that you of his and all this stuff, and you doing that, acting out like you don't have no self control as a woman, a man of God. Now, like I said, it's easier said than done, but I'm doing it. So now I can confidently tell you guys, because at first I couldn't, because I've messed up. So I'm not on here perfect. I've messed up. I've been celibate a lot of time. But I'm really celibate, and I'm really able to do this with God. He helps me. Even when you are having your natural feelings. I'm not saying that you're not going to be natural or real anymore like a human. We're all human. I'm a human being. But even when, you have to think about God's feelings before your feelings. And that helps me more so than anything. Because I do not want to hurt my father again. To the best of my ability. First, when I was in my flesh, I didn't think that it was hurting God, But when I realized that it was hurting my father, my heavenly father, and the effect that it had on him, I just don't want to do that no more. And I can't even talk to you guys without getting choked up because I am so serious when it comes to my father. Because he has shown me so much love. And in spite of, my rebellious ways or not knowing or my ignorance or whatever, he still loved me even when I had a Jonah moment, even when I had a Jeremiah moment, even, he still was there. He still showed me love, and he still loves you. And I can honestly tell you that. Now, I know I have not done a lot of things. But a sin is a sin. Even when they imprison you, they don't imprison. Well, this person only stole, so we're just going to put them in there with the thieves. They put you in there with murderers and everything. You don't know what you're going in there. You just don't want them problems. You don't want to be in there with somebody that done murdered somebody. But it's just like the sin. You in there with all of them. So just because I haven't done the most, don't mean that God ain't gave me the business. So, but he loves me. Oh my gosh. And I have to watch myself because he spoils his children so much. Because he loves us. And when we become obedient, he just showers you. And it's just like with love and everything. Peace. I've never had this much peace in my life. And it is so much joy in my life. And I'm with just me and my father and my kids. Like just me, God, and my kids. And I've had the most peace, the most joy, the most fulfilling feeling. Because you cannot be fulfilled outside of God. Nothing that no man, no woman, no nothing. Whatever man that I'm with has to be a true man of God. He has to love God as much as I love God. Because, honey, God ain't, I'm not. Period. I love the Lord so much, you guys. And I just want you guys to just understand how much he loves y'all. I can't even talk right now because I'm getting choked up. Because again, I don't want to hurt my father. So I don't want to hurt others either. But I more so focus on my father. So just know that God loves you. And I mean, in spite of what you do, just like our kids, they do the most. They are the only ones that can really get away with half the stuff that they do. Because, we would have went off on anybody else. But since it's our kids, they have been able to slide. We still love them, no matter what they do. And that's the same way with God. He still loves us. He ain't never left. Just like we ain't left our kids. They want to be out there and be grown, we give them their space, but we ain't left them. We still here, waiting on them to come back whenever they come back. So that's all I'm saying to you guys today. I'm going to end it with the class video. And just know, just stop doing the dirt. Just put in the work. I mean, all God is asking is for your best. Just put your best. Give him all of you. All of it. Not part of you, not some of it, not a crumb of it, not a little bit of it. All of it. Because he's ready to give you all of him. And honey, you want it. It is something that nobody else can ever give you. Period. So let's go into this video and let's go beyond the cover. And don't forget, classes start October the 27th, which is tomorrow, Wednesday, at from 5 to 6. Thanks again, guys. Let's go.